What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the debate room. This is episode 84. You got the usual cast, me, Latif, Q. Max unfortunately isn't here today, but we have a special guest, Cap. I think this is his second time being on. Cap, you could say whatever you.
Yo, what up, everybody? How y'all doing? How we doing today? How we doing today? We feeling good?
I'm feeling
Something
great,
like
man.
that. Is it echoing for anybody else?
I hear a little
Yeah,
echo.
my it's a little echo.
That's not that bad. We good.
Yeah, it's not bad. All right, though. I think we can hop into it. Texans trade for Stefon Diggs, which was for draft compensation. This was a really great move for me. I've been on the CJ Stroud uh bandwagon for a decent amount of time. So Latif, I actually want to hear your thoughts first. Just tell me what you think about the whole trade.
Well, from the Bills' point of view, I was initially shocked by the trade. I didn't understand why they did it, but then again, like Stefon Diggs has been a drama queen for a lot of his time on the Bills. He caused a lot of distraction. He caused a lot of attention that shouldn't have been on the Bills, and it was okay when his production warranted that. That was fine. Like wide receivers are divas. You can deal with stuff like that. But when in your last 7 playoff games, you average 52 yards per game and score 0 touchdowns, that diva stuff, it starts to get a little wearing. So I understand it. Everybody want to talk about the last 7 games of the season. That matters, right? They went 6-1 when Stefon Diggs wasn't himself. But he also just hasn't showed up in playoff games when it needed him most. He is just non-existent. He shows up against bad teams though. But the Chiefs have historically locked him down. And there was a playoff game where he had like 7 reception yards. Playoff game where he had like 40 reception yards. He doesn't show up when you need him the most. And so all his antics, the money he costs, he's expensive. It's not warranted. So after a few days of reflection, I get it.
Who
Q,
want to go next?
you can go, Q.
All right. Stefon Diggs last year, by all accounts, he was an average to above average wide receiver based off stats. 1,000 yards ain't really much anymore. As Tiff alluded to, the last half of the season he has not been important. They actually went away from him. Obviously, the whole Josh Allen needs him thing. Clearly, you've seen it when 6-1 down the stretch without using him. Yes, he warranted coverage, but he didn't warrant the same double team and shade that he was, getting the years prior. Josh Allen's a better quarterback now, so you can, when the juice is not worth the squeeze anymore, you can make that decision and move off your star wide receiver, especially if he's getting paid that money. He was making noise. We don't need that right now. CJ Stroud, he got a great weapon. Now he's in a great room. He's gonna do fine. It's not like a team like a lose like or a lose win. The Bills take a small hit for right now. There's a draft coming up. Yes, that receiver is not going to be Stefon Diggs, but we just don't know. Wide receivers right now in the past couple of years have been basically like the new running backs. You lose one, you can get another one in the draft. Especially this draft is loaded with new wide receivers. It's time to get young and cheap. The Bills took their shot. They missed. That's what you're supposed to do. They loaded up a team with their quarterback at the time on the rookie contract, and they failed. You're not always gonna make it. The Cincinnati Bengals are basically do the same thing, and they're about to have to kind of shut it down and reset or retool again because Joe Burrow got that money. Same thing with Justin Herbert, he got that money. That just was gonna happen. When CJ Stroud gets his bread, they're gonna have to not spend on pieces too. That just happens in the NFL. The Bills just lost to the Chiefs. That's just what it is. And they failed. They just got to retool, reset, get younger around around the margin and everywhere else. Josh Allen's still a great quarterback. As long as you got him, you're good. You got to put things around him. So this trade is not as bad as it looks. They're gonna take that bad cap hit for this year only, and next year they're gonna have about like a bunch of money to spend and retool and do everything they want to do.
Before Cap goes, I think we talked about this a little bit earlier about what the Bills should do with Diggs, And I said that they were gonna trade him, and everybody was like, no, they can't. It's gonna be a cap hit. Like, I literally,
Whoa, whoa,
Latif,
whoa, 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 whoa.
I thought that
you
was
literally,
Max. I thought that was
Hold on,
Max. I
hold
thought
on,
that was Max. I
hold
thought that was Max.
hold on. It was Max.
oh,
It was Max. And yes,
that's not
trading
true.
it was Max. It was Max. And two, taking that cap hit for all everything to make everything equal. Taking that cap hit for a wide receiver is just crazy. That's why people were against it, because why would you take a $30 million cap hit to not have a player on your team? That's dumb in all accounts. But they decided to do it right here, right now. They already cleared a bunch of space, so they was allowed to do that. If they didn't clear a bunch of space, they weren't trading Diggs. That's just the bottom line of it. But they seen the opportunity, they did it. It's
Did
still
you
a
see
crazy
that?
move.
Did you see that tweet he responded to, basically saying that he didn't make Josh Allen, but like Josh Allen wouldn't be this type of quarterback without Stefon Diggs.
Yeah,
Yeah, he said it was something along the lines of like Stefon Diggs is an essential to Josh Allen's success, and then he like tweeted back, "You sure about that?" And
But in the playoffs, if you look at Josh Allen's playoff numbers, they are incredible. They are incredible without Stefon Diggs being incredible. Stefon
Hmm.
Diggs is literally bad in the playoffs for the Bills. Josh
Hmm.
Allen is great. So you tell me who needs who in the most important moments. The best playoff game played by Josh Allen, the best receiver on the field was not Stefon Diggs. It was Gabe Davis, who's a bum.
Hmm.
So I
I would
don't
give.
know what Diggs talking about.
Yeah, no, I would. I mean, he was talking about especially early on when he first came to Buffalo. There was an obvious, jump in Josh Allen's numbers and production. Um, but I can't disagree now. Josh Allen has obviously matured and become a better quarterback than what he was after his, I believe it was a second year when Stefon Diggs came to town,
Third.
uh, third year. And he's become a better quarterback. Now, I'm still not a huge believer in Josh Allen. That's okay. He's still a very good quarterback in this league. Um, but in terms of what they did here, I understand it. I used to work with a Bills fan, and he basically put it to me like this: basically, it was time. What they were doing was not working. Obviously, they didn't get to the grandest stage, and they needed to retool. It's not a rebuild because, like Q said, they've got Josh Allen, and they've got a solid core and a solid team around them. But it's time to retool and add new pieces. You're going to get some cap space next year. You're going to have some cap space going into the future, and we're going to see if they're going to be able to retool. They've obviously gotten off a couple of older players, especially on the defensive side of the football. I really hate what has happened to Tre'Davious White. No fault of anybody, just terrible fucking luck with injuries and stuff like that. He had such great promise, and then just back-to-back season-ending injuries. But the Bills are going to retool. I still expect them to be anywhere from an 8 to a 10-win team this upcoming season. Do I expect them to win the division? No, I'm going to put my faith in, and maybe stupidly so, but I'm going to put my faith into the Jets and Aaron Rodgers. And yeah, that's what I think, that the Jets are going to win that division, but the Bills are going to be obviously right there. I have more faith in them than I do the Dolphins, simply because I do not believe in Tua Tagovailoa, like, at all.
okay.
I don't know what I said that was funny, but okay.
Nah, I'm just a big Tua fan. I don't know.
Oh, he's not that guy. Just, I don't know why you believe in him. He's got a noodle of an arm. He's basically, the talent around him makes him better than he makes the talent around him. And if you strip that talent away from him, he will show you who he really is. And I think that sooner or later the Dolphins are going to realize that he's not that guy.
I mean, I'm not gonna get into a whole
That's
Tua.
fine. Yeah, no, this is not the debate. This is not the debate.
Yeah.
Can we talk
But
about it? Go ahead. Go ahead. My bad.
no, it's gonna be very brief. Really, I'm just happy for CJ Stroud. I think that this is probably one of the best rookie quarterbacks I've seen in probably like the last decade. I know T, if you like to bring up Justin Herbert, maybe he was just a little bit better, but this is huge for CJ. This is like very, very huge. at Stefon Diggs. First off, I seen Q. He quote tweeted a picture of
Yes,
of of Celtic Shaq saying Stefon Diggs in 2024. That's ridiculous. That's like
No,
actually so not true.
yeah, that is ridiculous. That's crazy.
Exactly, but you add
we
weapons
don't
around.
we don't know that, bro.
What
I
do you
know
mean?
that for a fact. I mean, that was Shaq. Shaq was done. Diggs is not done. Diggs is probably going to put up another 1,000-yard season.
I don't know that. I
You
just
might
don't.
not know that. I'm telling you,
Who's
he's
the
going to
who,
probably do that,
who's
barring
the
any
number one?
injury.
Who's the number one on that team?
Stephon Diggs,
Yeah.
clearly.
Stephon Diggs is the number. He's that much better than Nico Collins.
Nico
Who-
Collins
see-
had one good season.
Yeah,
Aren't you the
Nico
same
really
guy? Wait,
can't
Q.
trust
Aren't you the same guy that doesn't like to put stock into somebody until they've seen it
I don't.
consistently?
I don't.
Okay, so then your point
I don't.
is proven right there. That
Let
Stephon
me
Diggs,
finish.
I
Let
believe
me
it's
finish. Let me finish.
okay. Go
Let
ahead.
me finish.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Stroud already has a rapport with Nico Collins. He does not have a rapport with Stephon Diggs. So 9 times out of 10, when he out there, the first person he gonna see who he think gonna win is Nico Collins. He already has a rapport with Tank Dell, who's coming back. So if Stephon Diggs ain't getting his target share, we know that's a problem for him. If he ain't gonna get his target share, he's not gonna be on his best behavior. Unless you're telling me that CJ Stroud is just gonna decide to go away from what he does best, is going through his progressions and hitting the open guy and decides to force it to Diggs. If you're telling me he's gonna do that, then sure. But I know for a fact CJ Stroud delivers the ball to who's open. And if Nico Collins gets open first, he getting the ball. Stephon Diggs don't like that.
And if Stephon Diggs gets open first, he's going to get the ball.
That's if he gets open first. He's
so now
31.
we're just arguing semantics. What I mean that I don't understand that.
You trying to argue with me about something you ain't seen yet. You try to tell me something you
I'm
ain't
going
seen
off
yet.
of history, my guy. I'm going off of history. Stephon Diggs has got 6 straight 1,000-yard seasons.
Stephon Diggs in history has a problem with target shares. We saying the same thing.
So do you think? So wait, let me ask you straight up. Let me ask you a question.
No guesses.
Let me ask you a question straight up.
I ain't make a prediction. I asked a question.
Okay, no, let me ask you a question straight up. Do you think that Stephon Diggs is going to get more targets than Nico Collins?
No.
Then we agree to disagree because I don't believe that.
I mean, you can, sure you can.
We're
I watched
agreeing
him
to
get
disagree.
more targets than Khalil Shakir for half a season. I watched with my own eyes his target share go down every single game for this whole season. So my fault for going off the history. Yeah, trends usually continue, especially going to a situation where he's not.
That's because the Bills changed their offensive scheme, my guy, and you know that.
Yeah, yes. And if you let me finish again, he's going into a system where now, again, he's not the only weapon. They have a bunch of weapons around him. He does not have to get the bulk of the share. That'd actually be stupid to give him the most targets on the team if you got 3 capable wide receivers, Dawson Knox and everybody's favorite running back, Joe Mixon out the backfield. That's just better football.
I'm not saying he's not going to share the football around. They're obviously going to get their targets, but I believe that Diggs is going to have, at the end of the season, Diggs is going to have the most targets and most receptions and most yards for the Texans. And that's just what I truly believe. And I don't think that, I mean, do we not remember that Stefon Diggs played with Adam Thielen? They both did very well for each other.
And Adam Thielen, the last 2 years before Stefon Diggs left, he got the most targets and the most receptions and the most yards on the team. And that's why he got upset and left. That's why he wanted to get out. That's exactly what happened.
I'm not arguing that Stefon Diggs is a freaking like a saint. I know he's a drama queen. I'm not arguing that. I'm just arguing. I'm just saying.
That last point you just brought up, literally, like I just said, with another dude who had more targets, more yards than him. That happened, and he got upset because that's a thing for him. Mm-hmm. That happened. That could happen. That should happen again. He should not get the bulk of the targets. There's a bunch of weapons out there. That's dumb football to force feed one guy.
I never said force feed. I never said force feed.
That's going to be the only way I think he's going to get the most targets because he should share that ball around.
Should you just think that Stefon Diggs is like not even a top 20 receiver anymore?
I don't think that at all. I was saying Stefon Diggs is the top 5 wide receiver the whole time. I never not said he was a good receiver.
No, I mean like right now. Like where would you rank Stefon Diggs just off the top of your head?
I'd still put him at 5 because he has the best resume.
Okay, so then I don't know. Then okay.
He could be a top 5 wide receiver and not have the
Then I
most
think he's
on his
fully
team.
capable of getting open and getting the football a majority of the time. Then
I think both y'all making good points. I would like to add. I think that Bobby Slow is going to adjust for this type of weapon coming into their offense because they obviously run in the same system as I think San Francisco. So it's not like get catered to one person, especially on the receivers. They share the ball around. They run the ball a lot. They go under center a lot. But they're gonna have to, I think, adjust that a little bit. And I think there's a good chance that Stefon Diggs it does receive a lot of the targets, but it's more balanced. I think two things can be true. I think he could get a majority of the targets, but it's not like 70-30. Like they're not gonna just completely run away from Nico Collins. And I think this trio of wide receivers is pretty balanced. You got Tank Dell, who's a deep threat. You got Stefon Diggs, who can make plays after the catch, can get open running, and then Nico Collins, his skill set. They have a whole bunch of versatility. So I think both you guys are right in a sense that one player is not going to get a large amount of targets, but it's a possibility that Stefon Diggs, with all the experience, they just traded a second round pick from, he's going to be on his this is contract here basically. I know I saw that they wiped away his 3 years.
Yeah, this is it. He's a free agent after this year, basically.
So this is gonna be a year where he had to step up, show his worth. So it could be a situation where either he gets a lot of targets or he doesn't, and because it's the contract year, he acts out. He acts like a diva. I think both of those are two possibilities.
Here's the thing, and here's the issue. There's not a talent issue to me with Stefon Diggs. It never was a talent issue. But him on his best behavior, if he's gonna be on his best behavior, like in a contract year, it's not about what he puts up. It's about what he does. That has nothing to do with the football, bro. Because if he was a free agent right now, he could probably still go out there and get 20 mil, 25 plus mil from any team. That's not the issue. He didn't get traded because of really production. He got traded for other factors that had nothing to do with that. So him in the contract year, his best option is to be a team player, bro. That's the best. That's his best idea because he can put up the numbers. That's not nothing like nobody's worried about.
Can we talk about the Texans ceiling and what we think they're going to be next year with all the additions they added this offseason?
That offense is. Listen, I just want to say this, and I tweeted this. The way that the Texans went from a no hope franchise with the debacle with Deshaun, how they handled that situation, to holy shit, look how stacked that this offense is. I mean, I thought before the Diggs trade, I thought the Texans would take a slight step back. I didn't think they were going to be a 5-win team or anything. I just thought they would take maybe a slight step back. But now I think that they are the clear-cut favorites of the AFC South, and I don't really see any combating that really, unless, and I tweeted this too. I think the Jaguars need to go out and trade for a T. Higgins to do basically what the Texans have done for their quarterback, what the Dolphins did for their quarterback, et cetera, what the Eagles did for their quarterback. They need to do that, the same thing for Trevor Lawrence to really keep up with the Texans.
The issue with that is they don't, and I said this, they don't. The cap is a real thing. I want people to understand the cap is real. They cannot trade for him because they didn't have to pay for him.
Yeah,
they cannot pay for him when they about to go pay Trevor Lawrence. They still got to figure out Josh Allen. Trayvon Walker after next year is going to be up for extension. They have a lot of other players that they have to pay that are in-house. So going out and getting T. Higgins and then paying him instantly does not do well for them. Their best idea is just to go get a wide receiver out of the draft. Trading and paying for a wide receiver is not the move for that specific Jags team because they're already too late. They did their whole get the receivers and all that last year on the rookie contract and let one walk out the door. For the same,
well, they didn't let him walk out the door. That deal was done. The Jaguars had the Calvin Ridley, and then the Tennessee Titans just said, "Hold my beer. I'm about to give this motherfucker $100 million."
Yeah, they gave him more money. They let him walk out the door because
they did not let him walk out the door. They overpaid for Calvin Ridley, man. That wasn't
exactly because they could not pay the money, so they let him walk out the door.
Well, they chose not to
because they can't.
I think that they fully capable. And listen, this is a disagreement in philosophies. I 100% don't. I don't buy into that theory. Listen, is there a salary cap? 100%. I'm not arguing that. Like, teams aren't going to go out there and just freaking sign every elite player out there. But these owners, these GMs are very smart. They are paid very well to be very smart with money and business. They know how to allocate and maneuver money around and make things happen. I fully believe that
And
if
the
the
bill still
Jaguars
comes
wanted
due.
to,
The bill still comes due no matter where you restructure.
100%. But again, what does the NFL stand for, Q?
What, not for long?
Yep.
Yeah, but the money still be on the books. You
The
can
money's on the
the
books.
money is.
Do you
always
want to
no
win?
ma-
The price of winning is there. Like, do you want to win or not? Jerry Jones is on quoted saying, "I would write a blank check to win a Super Bowl." These owners know what it is.
and the bill still comes due. You know what's
I'm
not a smart
with
move?
that. I don't.
Not overpaying for a wide receiver that you can go refresh
It's
again in
not
the draft.
overpaying. How do you know what they're gonna? So I mean, it's not an overpay for T. Higgins. You're getting a guy that can be a true certified number one wide receiver who's already got chemistry with Trevor Lawrence from their college days, and you give Trevor Lawrence a true number one wide receiver. I don't.
And they're gonna lose 3 very important pieces because of that, and then they're gonna be in the same situation again.
I don't believe that. Maybe they lose one important piece. Maybe they trade off and they go, okay, we'll take T. Higgins and maybe we lose this one guy. But I don't think they lose all these players that you're saying.
I mean, if they pay T. Higgins, they can't pay Josh Allen. If they pay T. Higgins, they can't go get a tackle.
They can pay these guys.
Higgins, they can't go get a corner.
They 1000% can pay these guys.
They
All
can't, bro.
All right. We'll move on. We'll move on to the would you rather. We spent a good amount of time on that. Just hop into Stefon Diggs. Would you rather? Y'all know how this goes.
Well, that's what that stood for. I was trying to figure out what that stood for. WYR. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna name the player and you just tell me who you would rather have. It's pretty self-explanatory. So would you rather Diggs or CeeDee Lamb? I'll start with you. I'll start with you, Cap.
I'll take CeeDee Lamb. But it's close. It's not like a blowout or anything like that.
Q.
Same reason it's close, but give me CeeDee Lamb.
I'm going CeeDee Lamb too. His season last season was amazing. 1,700 yards, crazy.
Yeah, I'll go CeeDee on this one. All right, Stefon Diggs or Amon-Ra?
Diggs.
Yeah, I'm still going Diggs. I'm not like the biggest fan of Amon-Ra. Like, I understand what you're doing, but like, it's a lot of like in the slot type, things. It's like I know Diggs can win on the outside consistently. I haven't seen that from Amon-Ra yet.
I'm definitely still going Diggs. I think I've seen some people take Amon-Ra over Diggs a little bit on the internet. I don't know why. It's like Diggs, he had a bad stretch, but he's still a top 7 receiver in my eyes.
Yeah, I'm going Diggs here as well. All right, would you rather Diggs or Brandon Ayuk?
Diggs. Yeah.
This really close. Like, this really close. I love BA. I love Diggs. I'm gonna have to go with BA. Like, on some, like, he's younger. Like, that's really just gonna be the tiebreaker for me. He's just younger.
But Brandon Ayuk, I mean, he plays in a great system with a great offensive coordinator. And his production, I don't know. Like, what he had last year, like 1,400, 1,500?
Like 13 or 14.
13 to 1,400. I still kind of want to go. I'm going Diggs here, bro. I haven't gave up on him yet, bro. I haven't gave up on him yet. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm going Diggs here. It's close though.
Yeah, I'm going Diggs here as well. All right, next we got, would you rather Stefon Diggs or AJ Brown?
Diggs.
I'm going AJ.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I don't like AJ, bro. I'm going Diggs. It's something I don't like AJ. I think he got like too like pushed up. You can give me Diggs.
They're around like 6 and 7 for me, or like that type of close. 5, 6, 7.
They're really close. I'm taking Diggs here. All right, last name we got, would you rather Stefon Diggs or Jamar Chase?
Give me Jamal. That's my LSU boy. I've been like trying to stay away from like talking Bengals because like they're fake rivals. but like he from my school, so.
I'll go Jamar too. He's a big play machine. He got to stay healthy though for us to keep put him over people. But I think Jamar is a top 5 receiver.
That's I think that Jamar probably is going to have a better season from a production standpoint this upcoming year. So I'll take Jamar.
Yeah, I'm going with Chase as well. So that wraps up the whole NFL segment of episode. Very, very entertaining. Back and forth with Q and Cap is always going to be good. We can hop into the NBA side of things. We just saw Joel Embiid return in his first game. What was that, Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah.
So what does that mean for the Sixers? What does that mean for the whole alignment of the Eastern Conference? Because we were putting teams over the 76ers just off the strength of Joel Embiid being hurt. So what does that mean for you, Latif?
I think if Joel Embiid is 100% healthy, which I don't know if he is, I think this team can make the. Well, I don't know. They're gonna get a hard matchup. I think Q is leaving. I mean, if he's not, we add him back. But they're gonna get a hard matchup first round just based on like how far they've like fallen without Joel Embiid. But I don't want to limit them just because they're in like a 7th, 8th seed, saying they can make it to the West Conference Finals. Because if they get matched up with like the Bucks, I think they can beat them. They were a great team this season with Joel Embiid. He was running away with the MVP award, and you see his impact without, when he got injured, they fell off a cliff really, really bad. They're like 14-27 when he didn't play. That's a lottery team. That's one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
So adding him back to this team, they're going to be very, very dangerous. They were 10 points better with him on the court than him off the court. So it's an extreme difference with him, being in the lineup now. But I think we all just got to, temper our expectations. Like, I gave Joel Embiid criticism. The world has gave Joel Embiid criticism over the last couple of years for his playoff performances. But if we watch this man damn near solidify MVP midway through the season, playing his best basketball of his entire career, being a great playmaker, are we really going to slander him again if he doesn't, perform to his highest possibility in the playoffs again? Because Jaden, he's coming off an injury. He just missed like 40 games. He's missed like 40 games. So you expect him to it's like 5 games left in the season. You expect him to ramp up with 5 games left in the season, walk into a playoff series against Miami. I mean, not against Miami, against Milwaukee at least, or the Celtics, and he's supposed to just dominate after missing 40 games in the entire season, Jaden? Like, why are we going to continue to criticize him? Like, other years, yeah, I get it. But this year, though, I'm not going to lie. Joel Embiid's going to pass for me. Unless he just, like, gets swept or something like that. He's going to pass for me unless he gets swept. I can't lie.
Do you want to go, Jay?
I can take it. So if we look at the standings right now, let's say if the playoffs started today, they would match up with the Celtics. Yeah, they're most definitely not winning that. Latif, if he came back, if he's coming back right now, I think I would believe that he's fully healthy. If he's not healthy right now, I don't know why you're coming back. That makes absolutely zero sense. We can't just let him be a playoff dropper, bro. Like, him consistently being a playoff dropper is ridiculous. I've been on the Joel Embiid train this season. I've called him the MVP. I think his offensive game is truly unstoppable. Like, it's reached that unstoppable point. Like you said, the playmaking, him scoring on all 3 levels. But I don't know. I can't see another season of him. Well, I shouldn't say Al Horford, but we saw what Al Horford did to Joel Embiid. Like, it's honestly disgusting. He can't keep performing like that. I don't care if he's injured. Well, I can't say I don't care if he's injured, but to me, if you're coming back to play, obviously he looked a little bit out of shape, but what did he drop the other night? 24 points in 29 minutes, 6 for 14, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Like, that looks pretty healthy to me. He's not in shape. He has some time to ramp up, get back in shape before the playoffs. So I don't know. I'm not just gonna let him go out and stink it up and say, you know what, it's not his fault. That makes no sense to me.
As long as he doesn't get swept, like if he gets swept, then I understand. But the slander that Joel Embiid has gotten over his career. I don't think it should be like that. I don't think it should be like that, bro. This season, like he should not be getting extreme amounts of hate after missing the entire season this season, playing like an MVP when he was there, and then the team completely falling off. And then like he don't get rewarded for that. He didn't get rewarded for having an MVP season this year because he got injured, and now the team was not able to stay a good team without him. So now he got to face Boston in the first round, and you expect him to do what? Like, what do you expect him to do? If he gets swept, we can have, I mean, I will push back on it a little bit, but I'm gonna understand it. But like, come on, if he lose like in 5 games, like
It's
all you gotta do is not play terrible.
Both sides of the fence, bro.
How am I playing both sides of the fence?
Because you're saying if he stinks it up, you're not gonna be mad. But if he gets swept, like then you're gonna have a little.
No, that's different though. That's different.
Stay on one
that's
side. Different. Just say you're not gonna be mad because he got injured. He's not.
Something's crazy. You gotta get one. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. All right.
So for me, my thoughts on Joel Embiid has always been he is what he is. I mean, he's a playoff. He falls off in the playoffs, and that has to do with injuries. That has to do with whatever the case it may be. But when it consistently keeps happening, you have to get a negative put against your name. And I understand where Latif is coming from. Like he literally missed over half the season, if I'm not mistaken, at this point, and he's gonna have to ramp it back up. And I don't believe he's 100% healthy. I just can't really buy that. Nobody at this stage of the season is 100% healthy. Everybody's dealing with something. But he came back, and he came back for a reason, to try and give his team the hope to make a deep playoff run. It's not going to happen. We've seen it. We've seen the story before. We've seen it multiple times, several times over the past several years. He comes up short. I still look back at that one season where Kawhi made his run in Toronto. They arguably had, if not for that Golden State Warriors team, the 76ers have the best starting 5 in all of basketball that year. And they lost to a Toronto Raptors team. I just, for Embiid to really put his name into that upper echelon, because when it comes to me and my top 5 players, he's not in my top 5. And my simple reasoning for that is when you don't have the jewelry and the hardware, I can't put you into that upper echelon. I don't crown people until they've done the necessary stuff to deserve to be crowned. All right. That's just how I play it. That's how I roll. That's how I evaluate things. So until he gets that hardware around his finger, I'm not going to put him into an upper echelon where he doesn't belong. One thing that's interesting to me, though, is last year, there were 3 rightful heirs, if you want to say, to that MVP, right? There was Giannis, there was Jokic, there was Embiid. Honestly, you could go any 3 ways, and nobody would have been wrong. This year, it's interesting that Embiid was literally on that path to being the definitive MVP of the season. And because I had a lot of people last year basically, criticizing Embiid. I'm sure you guys saw it, where he didn't deserve it. He wasn't the rightful MVP. It should have went to Jokic, yada, yada, yada. I just find it very interesting that if the MVP, and obviously he got injured, which sucks, so he wouldn't have gotten that MVP. I just find that very interesting in that case. But in terms of the Sixers, listen, I'm fucking excited. The Miami Heat and Sixers play tonight. I'm wearing my Miami Heat hat. That's my team. I rep that team. 305, my city. I'm not really from that city, but that's my city. And thank you, Brooklyn Nets, for beating the Indiana Pacers last night, because you moved the Miami Heat into the 6th spot. And now we get to play a fucking weaker team, either that be Cleveland or Orlando. For my sake, and I know this isn't a Miami Heat topic, and I'll finish it off quickly. For my sake and my sanity as a Miami Heat fan, I just would like it if we had an easier road in the first round this year. Just because last year, I almost blew my goddamn brains out with how hard it was every step of the way that we went. So I would just like an easier road. And if we play Cleveland, I've got full confidence that series either ends in 5. I'll probably give them respect and say 6, but we beat Cleveland. We beat Orlando.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Slow down. First of all, you're wild right now.
Wait. Before you go, I had a question kind of about like your criteria for, I think you were talking about just like top 5 players or
top players in the league. Yeah.
So you said they
Bro, Luka top 5.
Yeah, I was
Nah,
just
not
about to say, where do you
Not
have
to me.
Luka? Where do you have Luka?
He's outside the top 5. He's got to get a ring for me to put him ahead of that.
Are you
That's just how I roll. That's how I do things. If you don't, I'm not going to crown somebody until they've got that hardware to back it up. That's just, I don't do that.
Who's your top 5 players in the league right now?
Off the top, I've got Jokic, obviously. Huh?
You don't have to put them in order.
Yeah, Jokic obviously is the best player in the world. Kawhi's up there. LeBron.
Kawhi's in your top 5?
Giannis.
Yo,
And
what?
Steph, I believe that's what it is. Yeah.
All right, so listen, Cap. So a thing about basketball, right, is situations matter, bro. Situations matter. I don't know how you expect Luka to have a championship at this stage in his career, like especially with the teams he's been like blessed with. Last season they traded for Kyrie mid-season and they gutted to death. This season, again, they deal with injuries. They have a little bit of roster turnover. Like this is not a great roster. These are not the rosters that other players have. Like they've been blessed with. For one, Luka is better than Kawhi, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Kawhi, you want to talk about durability? He just hasn't had it. Like this season, obviously, yes. But on a night-to-night basis, he clears Kawhi Leonard. I'm not gonna lie, it's not even close. Like Luka's
I saw them head-to-head in playoff matchups, and Kawhi Leonard was the only guy that was able to guard Luka consistently.
Okay, that's not true. He only guarded him in the fourth quarter because Luka was.
That is true. You check the numbers.
No. He guarded him in the fourth quarter. Luka cooked the rest of the team for the entire game.
Yeah,
hold on. Kawhi cannot guard him for 4 quarters. He cannot do that. Because
I didn't say that.
Exactly. So you're talking about consistently. It's not consistently. And it wasn't every fourth quarter either.
When he guarded him consistently is what I'm saying. Like when you put Kawhi on him, he was able to stop and nullify what Luka was doing.
He was not able to stop him. You
can check the numbers. He was able to slow him down. Yes, he was. I mean, you check the numbers.
Stop him. That's two different things. But again,
okay, we're arguing semantics here, man. With the stop, I apologize. Stopping and stuff. You're not going to be able to really stop any of these these great players. You slow them down. I understand what you're saying.
I promise you, like Luka's offense is transcended. It's transcended. Like he's a top 3 offensive player in the NBA right now, and that's what matters the most in basketball. Hold on, my Siri trip.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie.
Anyways,
I'm not gonna lie. At some point, consensus has to be the thing. Like 99.9% of the world is gonna tell you that Luka's a top 5 player. Unless you're smarter than everybody else, it's pretty 9 times 10. That just
it's not about smarting. I gave you what my criteria was. I literally laid it out to you. He's got it. He's got the skill set and the talent to be that. I need to see you have that. Right.
You can't tell me somebody's top 5 because they won a championship 5 years ago, bro. You can't. You got to update your roster, bro. He hasn't done anything close to what Luka has done since 2019.
Injured, man.
That's not his. That's like nobody's fault, bro. That's just a part of the game.
I mean,
LeBron is not a top 5 player, bro.
He was completely.
He was top 5 player.
He was completely healthy in 2020. It was no injury there.
Are you talking about the bubble year?
Yeah.
Didn't they beat Luka in that year?
Bro, beating Luka does not make him a better player.
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing it up. I'm just bringing it up for full disclosure.
It's a team, bro. It's a team game.
I understand it's a team game.
The Clippers had a much better team than the Mavericks. I don't know what to tell you. He took them to 7 twice. Like it's levels, and he's one of the best playoff performers in the entire NBA. Check the numbers. On a nightly basis, he give you a fucking 30-point triple double. Like I don't know really what's the argument for Kawhi right now. Like his low is nowhere near the same. Like it's not at all. He's playing with James Harden
right now are pretty damn good.
They're not close. They're not close.
I'm not saying that case of him putting up the playmaking skill set of that, but again, you're only looking at one side of the basket of the ball. You're not looking at the other side of the ball.
Kawhi is not guarding the team's best player on a consistent basis, bro. So that
nobody in this league is guarding somebody on a consistent basis.
He was doing that. He was doing that though.
He was years ago. Yes,
exactly.
Nowadays, you do not see that.
No, he was doing it because he's an all-time great defender. But when it's dropped now. He's only doing it in the fourth quarter.
So when I see again, it's the regular season, and that's why Kawhi's not doing it in the playoffs.
He doesn't do it in the playoffs either.
Well, because he's been freaking injured, man. I mean, last year he was putting on two of the greatest performances you could probably ask for from Kawhi Leonard.
So you're going off reputation from half a decade ago?
Did he not perform in the playoffs in his 2 games last year against the Phoenix Suns? Did he not?
It's 2 games. It's 2 games.
He
got injured. I don't know what you want from him.
Availability is the best ability. Availability is the best ability. I don't know what to tell you.
I agree with you.
You're talking about chips from.
But now he's been healthy for the entire season. He's played I don't know how
he has not played nowhere near Luka's level.
Okay, nowhere near the regular season. Again, I don't put that much stock into the regular season. My stock goes more into the playoffs.
When is the last time he's been better than Luka in the playoffs?
Last year was Luka in the playoffs last year?
No,
that's a different scenario, bro.
He played 2 games, bro. Please. He played 2 games.
You telling me 2 games mean a lot, bro? That don't mean nothing, bro.
I didn't say it was a lot. Nobody said it was a lot. You put words in my mouth.
I'm just saying those two games shouldn't have moved you no way bit to even.
They didn't move me. You're asking me what he did in the playoffs, and I gave you the 2 games he played in the playoffs last year. That's all I'm saying.
He hasn't won a chip in 5 years, so I don't think chips matter that much. Like LeBron's my favorite player.
They're the most important thing in my opinion. What do you play the game for? What do you get into the game for?
Not from 5 years ago.
I'm asking you a question. When you get into a sport, what do you get into the game for?
To win, right? But that was 5 years ago. That's a long time ago, bro. We're talking about top 5 today.
So you call me when Luka wins a championship.
I just the criteria. It got to be more than that.
We went off the rails a little bit.
We did go off on the rails.
Hold on, Jaden. Is Luka better than Anthony Davis?
Yeah, but AD is a 2, not a 1. Luka is a 1. That's a different criteria list right there.
No, bro. No.
Yes, it is. I don't know how you're telling me no when you're asking me my opinion and I'm giving you my opinion. I don't know how you're telling me no. No, that's not the case, Brandon. I'm telling you.
Your whole argument is two-way play in a championship. AD is one of the best two-way players in the game. And
but Kawhi was a 1 when he won that championship. AD was not the 1.
5 years ago, bro. He hasn't done anything since. Like, not even a little bit.
He's been injured.
Pre-2020. And you have to factor that into the account.
And I'll factor that in. And this year, Kawhi Leonard has absolutely been balling out for the regular season. That doesn't really matter to me, but he has been playing outstanding basketball.
Okay. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in.
Let's rally the troops. Let's go Miami Heat. All right, that's all I'm saying. Let's go Miami Heat.
Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta address that.
Yeah, that was the other thing you guys want to do.
You think Cavs gonna be easy series? You in there for a rude awakening, buddy. I'm trying to tell you, bro. This ain't no easy series, bro.
Which series? Which one? Orlando or Cleveland?
Cleveland's not gonna be in a 5 or 6 game series. I promise you, it's not. But we'll see.
I'll give them the respect for 6, but yeah, no, they're not a team that I really fear at all. The only 2 teams that I actually have respect for in the East as a Miami Heat fan are Boston and Milwaukee. That's really it.
The team that y'all beat in 5 games last year, why you got respect for him?
Because I do. I have respect for Giannis. Is not top 5 player still in this league. I mean, they've got Damian Lillard now. All I'm saying is I got a bunch of pushback.
Not good.
What happened?
He hasn't been good this year, Damian Lillard, by the way. So I don't know why you.
I mean, good is. What do you mean good? Like he's been a bum?
For his standards, he's been not bad. For his standards, yes.
I mean, I would say he's been pretty good. I don't think he's been bad. I mean, yeah, but he's an all-time great. Well, that besides the point. For me, people have last year argued to me like, yo, Giannis was injured. You can't put that much stock into that series. To me, it was, listen, he played, they got beat, and I have a lot of respect for that Milwaukee Bucks team. They're still the number 2 seed in the East, I think, at this current point in time right now. Those are the 2 teams that I respect. I don't think Donovan Mitchell I love a lot. I don't know if he's a 1 on a championship team. I don't know if Darius Garland is a 2 on a championship team. And I don't know if Jared Allen and Evan Mobley have upped their games that much, where last year they were getting bullied by Mitchell Robinson alone. So I don't know how that, for me, I can't move past that. You got Jimmy Butler's going to be the best player on that court if Cleveland and Miami match up. Jimmy Butler's the best player on that court. The second best player on that court is going to be Donovan Mitchell, but then it's Bam Adebayo as the third guy. And then you've got that extra factor of Eric Spoelstra, who is, some people think he's the best head coach in basketball. I'm not going to argue that. He's top 3 for me, interchangeable with those other 2 guys. That's a major factor for Miami. Cleveland, for me, Donovan Mitchell is kind of already 1 foot out the door in Cleveland. He didn't want to be there in the first place. I think he's probably going to be leaving anyway. And when you got 1 foot out the door, you're not going to put everything into it. So again, Cleveland, to me, no fear really at all for my Miami Heat when it comes to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Jay?
I do love Donovan Mitchell. I would like him to come to Miami, though, to be honest with you.
All right. Let's hop into the next subject. We got Julius Randle. He's been ruled out for the season. We saw that he got
I shouldn't have done that. That was my bad. I didn't mean to woo when he said that. Apologies. I did not mean to do that.
That was crazy.
Speaking of another playoff dropper, though, we got 2 playoff droppers back to
playoff
back.
Dropper, more like one of the worst, if not the worst, playoff performer in NBA history. But go ahead.
No,
That is
yeah,
not true. That's not true.
He thinks. Yeah, that was a little bit.
What the hell?
That was a little bit far, but no, Julius Randle is not good. I forgot who I was watching. I shouldn't say he's not good, but he's just not good in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's not good in the playoffs at all.
Yeah. So Latif, I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but
Shake your head, Latif. You know he's not good in the playoffs.
What does this mean for the Knicks? What do you think overall?
I think I've been seeing some takes that the Knicks somehow got better by losing Julius Randle. That is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't know what team in NBA history has ever lost their second best player and got better. Like, Jalen Brunson is about to go into the playoff series where in the regular season he is 17th. He's ranked 17th in minutes played. He has been a workhorse all season. And going to a playoff series where he doesn't have a second option to take any attention away from him at all. He's about to get all of the attention on offense, and that's not going to work well for him. Even if Julius Randle isn't a good playoff performer, which I know he's not, defenses still have the scheme for him, and they have scheme for him. That's why he's played bad. So if they've schemed for him, that means they've developed some type of attention to Julius Randle, which makes it easier for Jalen Brunson. When you take that away, the team gets worse. Now, they do have OG Anunoby coming back, but OG is also banged up. So it's like literally taking Julius Randle away from the team has no benefits at all, and I don't understand anyone that's saying that.
Well, for me, it was kind of tongue in cheek, to be honest with you, because I understand where you're coming from with the whole just taking your second best player. But here's how I would describe it to you, Latif. Right, Julius Randle is a guy who has a number one mentality, but he's really a 2, arguably a 3 on the court, right? And I agree with you. The Knicks don't have that guy yet to take over that role for him. And I'm still not sold if Jalen Brunson is a number 1 on a championship team, although he has gained a lot of my respect, especially last year when they went toe-to-toe with Miami. I'm still just not sold if he's a number 1 on a championship team. In terms of Julius Randle, though, what I said there, number 1 mentality, but he really is a 2 or a 3 when it comes onto the court. He needs to accept the role of more of a Chris Bosh and a Kevin Love, right? But he will never accept that because of his mentality of, I am a 1. I am that guy. I have the numbers right here, right? Worst career field goal percentage in playoff history, right? Julius Randle is tied for 4th with a guy by the name of Bellis Smalley. Never heard of this guy before. He played in 1947 and 49. Julius Randle has a 32% field goal percentage in the playoffs. Okay. His numbers dip drastically from what he does in the regular season to what he does in the playoffs. And again, the demeanor, the attitude that he has. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen the clips of Julius Randle where he's moping around. He's not giving full effort. He's jogging back or walking back on defense, not doing all this stuff, taking stupid, dumb, contested shots when he's a career 33% three-point shooter. I'm sure you guys have seen that. It's the only way I can view it is if I was a teammate of Julius Randle, how would I feel? and I can tell you this, I'd be cussing his ass out in the locker room because I'm not gonna be a person. Listen, I'm not that skilled. All right, I'm only 5'9", but a guy that I would say my archetype would be is a Patrick Beverley. I'm gonna fight my ass off. I'm gonna run through screens. I'm gonna try my damnedest and all that stuff. And if I'm doing all of that, and I see this guy halfway jogging, moping around. Oh, my shot didn't go in. Oh, things aren't going my way. I'm screwed. He literally was benched in the playoffs last year by Tom Thibodeau. Benched. I can't do it with him. They would be a better team with moving off from him and obviously getting something back in return or something else. And that's why I've been viewing this. I spoke about it in the last segment with you guys. Donovan Mitchell, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We all know he wanted to go to New York initially. He didn't get the chance to go there. I think all eyes are on Donovan Mitchell is going to be leaving Cleveland this year and heading to New York. New York has already gotten rid of another guy, not as much like Julius Randle, but his just skill set wasn't never on that level, and that's RJ Barrett. Now you move off from Julius Randle, you bring in Donovan Mitchell, and I think you build around a Jalen Brunson and a Donovan Mitchell-led squad for the New York Knicks, and I think that team actually has a better chance. While I don't know if they break into that upper echelon of Milwaukee, Boston, and Miami, they definitely move into that echelon with Philadelphia there. Yeah, I said it, Latif. Trust me, I said it, okay?
Miami is crazy.
Miami's not crazy. What have you seen from Miami to tell you that is crazy?
We don't have to get into it, but I'm pretty confident that magic is over, bro. But I've been saying that all year.
Over. I mean, only 1 year out of the past 5 years where they didn't perform in the playoffs. That's it.
Okay, I understand.
Every other year performed well. But again, Julius Randle, to me, it's just you look at the numbers, Q's asking to be brought in. You look at the numbers, you use your eye test and see him on the court in the playoffs. He is arguably one of the worst playoff performers in NBA history. It's just it is what it is. I'm not saying that to be disrespectful, but it is what it is.
No, Latif, let me go.
Let him at it. Take the handcuffs off.
I don't have too much to say. Julius Randle is absolutely trash in the playoffs. I'm not gonna act like taking him away like fully definitely does hurt. Obviously that puts way more defensive attention on Jalen Brunson, especially in a playoff series. It's going to be way easier to scheme up on Jalen Brunson, but also it's very easy to scheme on Julius Randle. We've seen it for like the past 2 years.
Can't go right.
I'm tired of talking about his regular season successes. And 2021, when he won the Most Improved Player, we all saw what happened in that Hawks series. 32-year-old banged up Derrick Rose was the best player in that series. 2022, I don't believe they made the playoffs. Last year, again, a disaster class in the playoffs. Again, like Cap said, he got benched. I don't think anything changes. Him being hurt this long, him being ruled out, I think it's great for him. Obviously, you don't want him to have lasting effects with his shoulder, or I forgot I think it's his shoulder being hurt. But we see that I saw this on Twitter too. Julius Randle is a rhythm player. Last year he got hurt. He came back this year earlier in the season and he looked terrible. Like he looked totally abysmal. Let's say he gets ready right now, trying to ramp up for the playoffs. He'll still be bad because he's a rhythm player. He's been out so long. So honestly, this is great for him to miss the rest of the season. I don't think it would do the Knicks any justice if he was back. I don't think it would do him any justice because he'll just probably end up re-injuring himself or just making it worse. So honestly, I think it's great for him that he's out for the season, retool, get back for next year. Obviously, they need a true number one. Julius Randle is honestly, like Cap said, a 2, a 3. So, yeah. Chief, you can say what you're going to say, though.
Matt, right to please.
So, we want to talk numbers, right? So, obviously, he's terrible in the playoffs, right? But, again, last year in the playoffs, so we don't have to talk about regular season at all. The Knicks' offense was 7 points worse with him off the floor. The offense tanked. It was terrible. So what do you think it's going to be when the main focus is Jalen Brunson? It's going to be bad. Now, they obviously don't have RJ Barrett, who was terrible. Well, he was spotty last playoffs. And they have OG Anunoby, who has been very, very impactful for them. When he's on the court, they are amazing offense, like 124 offensive rating, but it is a limited sample size. So obviously this team is better. They got Dante DiVincenzo, who's been having an amazing season. OG's been great. Miles McBride has been great. So I'm not going to say all hope is lost, but again, I just can't get with the idea that they're getting better by losing Julius Randle, just because, again, last season, 7 points better when he was on the floor. So their defense got better when he was off, but on offense, which is the most important because they're going to be a good defense regardless, 7 points worse. So esteem drop off. So even in the playoffs last year when he was terrible, his impact is still felt from the standpoint that it takes pressure off of Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. I mean, it obviously takes pressure because Julius Randle is a quality player. But when I look at the field goal percentages, when I look at the turnovers, and I'm looking at it right now, 4 turnovers is his average in the playoffs. Like I said, 32% from the field, and let me pull this up right now, 28% from the 3-point line in the playoffs. Those are just abysmal numbers. But I do hear what you're saying. It's going to put a lot more pressure onto Jalen Brunson. And I think that, honestly, it would be in the best interest of the New York Knicks that this would be Julius, and it's a terrible way to end, right, with the injury. But I think this would be the best if this was his last season in New York with the New York Knicks. I just truly believe so.
I mean, I think his trade value is going to be low. I don't think that's crazy to say either, but I don't think his trade value is going to be pretty high at this point.
I mean, you're not looking for like an all-star caliber player from him. Like I said, I truly believe, and I felt this the entire year, Donovan Mitchell was coming to New York. So you're getting that, right? And he's a plus over Julius Randle, obviously. I think we can all agree on that. You just trade Julius maybe for some more pieces and scrappers. I mean, the New York Knicks are built off of just scrappers and guys who fight and claw you. Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson, for that matter, OG. So, yeah, I just think that it would be best case scenario for the Knicks to move off of Julius Randle.
I got a question.
For
Did
who?
we watch New York Knicks basketball this year? Like,
In the regular season?
did we honestly watch New York Knicks basketball? It was Julius Randle did not mope, go around the court acting staying. He ain't do none of that. He actually played like a 2. Y'all ignored the whole context of, first of all, that first playoff run, he was the best player. Obviously, not a 1. Last year, he went into the playoffs hurt. So you got, like, he literally went into the playoffs hurt.
Jimmy Butler was hurt, my guy, too. We can't have.
And he did not play well.
He did play well after that injury. What are you talking about?
He did not play well in that Knicks series.
It would have been a sweep if Jimmy Butler's ankle doesn't touch the floor, man. What are you talking about?
That means he was not playing well, correct?
What wasn't playing well? They lost the game because he was injured that year. That game.
No, he was injured basically the whole series, and he was not good that series.
No, I mean, he missed that game. He missed game 2 is what I should have said.
But that's beside the point. This whole year, you did not see no stink from Julius Randle. If you watch Julius Randle, at some points he was the best player on the court. He accepted his role. There's nothing that could have told you from watching the Knicks basketball this year that would have told you he was going to act like a number 1 and try to force up shots.
I bet you could find clips of him. If I'm not mistaken, I saw clips of him from this year doing that. So I don't know what, like, I'm not dissecting every single game of the New York Knicks play for play, but I'm pretty sure I saw some clips of this year him doing exactly that.
Nitpicking the 10%. The 10% that make your argument correct when in the totality.
That 10% means a lot, man. I'm not gonna. I saw it in the playoffs last year. When he gets into the playoffs, he starts acting like a different player because he wants to be the guy. He wants to be the reason.
You watched him try to get into rhythm after missing a whole lot of time, being injured. That's not you. You acting like one. That's me trying to be better because I have not been playing basketball. It's the same, like that. I don't understand how like the context gets screwed.
I mean, I just don't know how many times we're going to give this guy a pass and an excuse. Everybody is playing through something at that point in the season, but I guess we're just going to give Julius Randle his pass, right?
But not everybody is coming off the couch and doing it. A lot of people are just playing through it. Not everybody's coming off the couch, not playing basketball and ramping up at the most important time of the season.
I listen, I understand that point. I saw what I saw. When you get onto that court, I have to judge you as so. I have to. That's how this league works. If you don't want bad tape on you, guess what? Go sit on the bench. That's that. I heard nothing. I heard all that about Baker Mayfield when he tore his freaking rotator cuff or whatever the hell that injury was. If you don't want bad tape on you, go sit your ass on the bench.
I also think
Go ahead.
you can't. So if that's the case, you can't just be giving people passes for missing entire seasons and not being available like Kawhi Leonard and still having them in your top 5. You're gonna use that logic.
Well, I mean, he played last year and then he got injured in the playoffs. Like he played last year for the regular season, not as much as he played this year. Then he balled out in those 2 playoff games. They looked like they were about to be. I understand that, but that's all I have to go off. And it looked like they were about to beat the Suns in either 5 or 6 games and move on to the second round.
It did look
like it, man. I don't know what to tell you.
5 or 6. I don't know about that. I don't know about 5 or 6.
That's what it looked like to me. It looked like the Phoenix Suns were crumbling before my very eyes against the Clippers.
I would say 6.
Yeah, you could say 6. 5 might be pushing a little bit, but that's what I saw.
Mind you, they didn't have. So you just think they was going?
I thought you just went behind me.
No, they didn't have Paul George in that series, and I understand Kawhi Leonard was going off in those first 2 games, but again, at some point, a team does make adjustments. So I mean, like, you see what I'm saying? So like,
they would have made adjustments. No, I know. That's why I said 6 games. Right
I'm not gonna project a series.
Yeah, Russ was playing good too.
I'm not gonna project a series off of 2 games. I just can't do that, bro. I just can't.
I mean, I'm just giving you what I thought was going to happen. That's what we do. I would imagine during the playoffs this year, you're going to go off of 1 game or 2 games in the playoffs. You're going to give your prediction of, I see this series maybe going this way. I understand what you're saying. Teams are going to make adjustments and stuff. But the way I saw that series going was the Clippers were about to move past the Phoenix Suns with not much force behind it.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think that wraps it up. We can head into one of my favorite parts of these episodes, trivia part, man. Latif, you can take this. You know what you're doing with it.
Blindly rank. What was that?
Small forwards. That's small forwards.
Oh, okay.
All right. Blindly rank these NFL. I'm tripping. Blindly rank these NBA small forwards. So I'm gonna give y'all 5 names, and y'all just put them on a list wherever y'all know how blind rankings work.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first name, DeMar DeRozan.
5.
Yeah, none of 4.
Yeah, I would. Oh fuck. I mean, yeah, 4. I would say 4 because I don't know. I hate the blind rankings, so you never know what's gonna happen after that.
Better than Cade, by the way. Better than Cade.
Y'all said 4.
I said 4. Jay said 4. Q said 5.
All right, I'll put him 4. All right, I'm keeping track of the list this time. My bad.
Actually,
all right. Next name is Brandon Ingram.
3.
Oh damn.
I was thinking 2, bruh. I was really thinking. I'll budge this time now. I'll budge. I'll go with 3 with Q.
I'll say 3.
3. Okay. I really think he's 2, though.
Next name I got is Jimmy Butler.
2.
1.
Fuck. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna name the 3 guys ahead of him.
He's gonna have Jimmy 1.
No, no.
Knowing the team,
I'll put him.
It's 2.
I'll put him 1 because I don't know who you're gonna say after that. This is a blind ranking, so I don't.
Chief definitely has Mikhail on this list. Mikhail is definitely on this list.
What's your decision?
On why I have him 1?
No. What are y'all decision? What as a collective? I need a place to put him.
1.
Fine. Whatever.
They both said 2.
No, I think
I'll put him. Because I know Mikhail is on this list, bro.
I know Mikhail's on this list.
I know he's on this list. We'll put him 2 though. We'll put him 2.
All right, that's 2 2s. All right. The next name is Jason Tatum.
Okay, yeah. 1.
I made the right decision. Tatum 2.
Jimmy Butler is better than Jason Tatum, Cap? That's ridiculous.
What are we doing here, bro?
That
What
is
do you mean? What are we doing?
So y'all putting Jason Tatum at 1?
I put him
obviously
at 2.
it's only
2
1
ain't
and 5.
available.
Yeah, 1 and 5 are the only ones available.
All right. The last name for the blind ranking is Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, you're a piece of shit. Number 5. I have
That's
to.
crazy.
You fucking asshole. Number 5.
Y'all was on the right track. Y'all was on the right track, low-key. But I decided to put a list with no bad people on the
Yeah, he
rating.
threw a little wrench in there.
Mikhail was on there. I ain't gonna lie, but I took him off. But like before the episode though.
I was gonna you probably just took him off, bro.
No, I did not, bro.
I don't
No, did
believe
not.
that
No, I
at
did not.
all. I definitely believe
I literally. Why would I say that? Why would I say that, bro? Like, what are you doing? I wouldn't lie. I would have just never said that. Come on. Anyway, you got another trivia segment. Let me get it on the screen. Can you change the banner for me, Jaden? All right. Well, actually, I'm not gonna do it like that. My bad.
Ooh. I've never seen that before. That's pretty cool.
Slides.
Guess the NBA team based on their starting lineup points per game. Himothy. Don't disrespecting my boy Himmy, bro. What the fuck is you talking about? 2 finals appearances. Beat Jason.
I didn't
Tatum.
know Q was gonna be here. I didn't know Q was gonna be here at this point, so I only made two slots. I'm about to add it though.
Here we
All
go.
right, y'all. I'm gonna start with Jaden first. Guess the NBA team based on their starting lineups point per game.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is actually pretty different.
That's interesting.
Yeah, this is actually
Point guard with 26.4. I know this is Jaden. I'm just going in my head. I'm not going to say anything out loud.
this might actually take some
Oh. No. No, because
I'll let you guys get hints after your first guess.
All right.
he's going first, so. I had a thought, but then that thought went away.
I can look at standings, right? I can look at standings.
Do what you want, man.
Don't be
Trust
cheating
me.
and looking at stuff.
Trust me, I'm not looking at anything else but standings.
26 points.
I gotta think of it.
What the fuck is that? Oh! No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Is this the Knicks?
It is not the Knicks, no.
That was my initial thought of the Knicks, but then
Who is the
then
power forward for the Knicks right now?
yeah, no, then I was like, wait, is he counting Julius Randle on there or not? I don't know.
Yeah,
Julius
Randle
Randle definitely is more than.
I think Josh Hart is probably playing power forward.
What conference is this?
It is in the West.
Oh no, wait. Nah, because he put
Chief, I ain't gonna lie.
Golden State.
It is Golden State. This is Golden State.
I ain't gonna lie.
Stephen Curry averages 26.4. The power forward is Jonathan Kuminga. The center is Draymond Green. Shooting guard is Klay Thompson, still averaging 17 points. And the small forward is Andrew Wiggins. Took a big drop off the season, 13 points per game.
I was gonna say the Thunder, but then I was like, Chet plays center, so that's not gonna be.
Yeah. All right, next up, Cap. Guess the NBA team based on their starting lineups, points per game.
Shit. Power forward, 23.7. There's some good power forwards in the league. Oh, Pelicans.
This is not the Pelicans. It is
Damn
not.
it!
It's not. No. Zion is like 22. I know who this is though.
Well, it's your guess.
Is it the Clippers?
This is the Clippers. It is the Clippers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terrence Mann is the shooting guard.
He is.
Yeah, James Harden, Terrence Mann at shooting guard, small
Cool.
forward, Paul George, power forward, Kawhi, and center Zubac.
Yeah, that's a good guess. So
Zubac.
yeah, I'm gonna keep switching it up. College teams, points per game. I'm gonna create a graphic like 2K stats and just how you guess the player off their 2K stats, shit like that. I'm gonna keep switching up every episode, but that'll do it. We do it every episode to wind down, really for real.
Oh, one thing I wanted to say, because obviously tomorrow night is a big stage for college women's basketball, March Madness, Final Four. So I think it'd be remiss if I didn't ask, what is your guys' predictions for South Carolina versus NC State, and then the big one that we're all going to have our eyes on, UConn versus Iowa?
UConn's going to beat Iowa. I think Iowa's too Caitlin Clark centric. UConn, I think, is the second best team in the country, following South Carolina. It's going to be between South Carolina and UConn to win it all, but I think South Carolina has been the best team, undefeated all season. They're going to continue to stay undefeated all season and get it done.
What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm really not trying to be disrespectful. I don't know, and I honestly just don't care. If it's not my team, if it's not my team, bro, I don't pay attention to college.
You're not watching America's sweetheart, Caitlin Clark, dude. Captivated the world, man. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a big college sports fan, obviously, in general, actually. And I'm not a big women's sports fan, but Caitlin Clark has captivated my attention. It's must-watch appointment TV for me. I'm going South Carolina, taking over NC State, and I'm riding with my girl Caitlin Clark, America's sweetheart, to take out Paige and UConn. Even though I'm from Connecticut, I'm rolling with Caitlin Clark. And then in the finals, Caitlin Clark versus South Carolina, 37-0, and Caitlin Clark's going to take it down, cementing herself as the greatest female college basketball player of all time. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, Rick Owens is not moving me. But if you guys see the socials at the top, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe. Appreciate you, Cap, for coming on this episode.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, we're out.